Good day, everybody, and I hope you're doing well. I'm Julian from HyperionDev, and then I will be one of your instructors for software engineering and some of the modules, maybe. So this video is just about how to navigate the Git repository that will be shared with you. So the way we share resources here at HyperionDev is through GitHub and you may be given some of the resources, but then we're moving towards GitHub. GitHub, it's a platform for developers that have been built by developers for what we call version control. So here, I will show you, first of all, where the repository is. So it will be at this location, www.github.com GitHub 2024 Hyperion Dev Bootcamps. Yes. Did I write it? Oh, sorry, not 2024. Just Hyperion Dev Bootcamps. There we go. All right. So you are now looking at the Git repository of the current bootcamp you're currently running. So as you can see, you have multiple streams. If you leave automated pull script, we have cybersecurity, data science, full stack, and software engineering. So these are the main streams that you will use to get your lecture notes and the different codes that we use for the practical in the classes. For example, if I go to software engineering, the module that I'm going to give you a lecture on. We're going on week one. You'll be having a lecture one. It will, of course, be empty, but then you will have in there the lecture notes and the different pieces of codes that we will be using in the lecture to go forward with the learning. All right, but then it won't be about that today. It will be about how to get started. So there are some issues sometimes where you wouldn't want to pull the whole repository because sometimes you would want to have the course. You can either go into the actual course and currently pull the particular course you want. So you go there and then you would see a file that you can download. But then for a better performance or for a better experience with Git, what we would advise is that you clone the repository. And the way you would do that is via some scripts that we prepared for you. So those scripts, everything is actually written in these automated pull script. Everything is right here. So if you are basically registered for software engineering, right? If you are registered for software engineering, what you need to do after you are given this link, what you need to do is first of all make sure that you need to make sure that your Git is installed, right? Remember, Git into the terminal, into Linux, you go to the terminal and then you type in here Git, and then Git is installed. I won't go ahead and do that for all the platforms. It's basically similar across the platforms. You need to make sure that Git is installed. If Git is not installed, it will not work correctly. So now let's assume that I would like to register for software engineer. I would like to get lectures for software engineering. So what I will do, I will go down to this particular table that is right here, right? I have this particular table here. So I registered for software engineering, and then I'm currently using a Linux system, this Linux system. As you can see, this is the cell that I'm looking for. So what I need to do, I right click on that, right? I basically do a right click because if you click on it, you will basically go to the definition of that particular file, right? So I right click on that Linux file, right? And then I basically, and let me scroll down a little bit. I right click on that and then I save the link as, right? You can see I'm currently saving the link as a shell file, right? I'm saving the link as a shell file. I want to save it in the documents, and then let me save it in the documents, and then it will be saved, right? If you have a Windows machine and then you're doing software engineering, you right click on that and then you save the link as you may have a different version in your computer. As you can see here, let me save it here. I basically wrote everything. You save the link as or save the target as, depending on the operating system that you're currently running. So we have everything there, and then you save it in your computer. So if I go to the documents, you would see that, okay, I don't want this. You would see that I have this file here that I worry about because it's Linux. But then for you in Windows, you can just double click on the file, on that bad file, and then everything will just work. But then on Linux, it's not the same, right? What you need to do, and that's the reason why I made it for Linux, because on Windows, it's very easy. You just double click on the file and then everything will get executed. But then when you double click on the file here, it's not the same thing, right? So you basically need to make sure that you uh, pull the you actually open with the terminal and then you run that. So if I click on this particular file here, you would see that we have a particular set of lines of code, right? This is it. This is exactly what we want. So I can download that file even here. I think it'll even be better. I can basically download that file here. Let me just download the shell file, right? Perfect. And when I have it here, I'll save it, and then everything is saved. Let me now close this file. It might look a bit complicated. Please, if you have a problem, let me know. But on Windows, again, once you download the file, you just run it. There is nothing else to do. So now I go to the downloads. I see this file, right? Let me double click to see if the lines are there. Yes, the lines are there. I'll give you an explanation to this. I mean, to whoever wants to have an explanation, I'll give it to them. But then it basically means that because you are a software engineering student, then we just want to get software engineering. Now that we have that on Linux, what I need to do, I can basically copy this, or let's say I can cut this, and then I go to the documents. Let me remove the previous one, and then I paste it here. Now, what I need to do, again, in Linux, it's just a matter of using the terminal, right? In the terminal, remember, we need to know where we're currently standing. So what we need to do, print working directory, pwd. Where are we? We are in the folder Julian. Let's see what we have in the folder Julian. We have multiple other folders. One of them is documents. Let's change directory to documents. And then we're in documents, and let's see what we have in there. We have our file there. So what we need to do here, because we decided to use Linux, so we will only be pulling the folder that we want. So we do forward slash, we do dot forward slash, and then we basically write SE. We basically write SE repo clone. All right. So that's exactly what we want to do. Let's see. SE repo. It's not picking it up because you need to change it first into an executable. Yeah, this is something you need to do when you're mostly using Linux files. Yes, just basically take it like that. And after that, you do dot forward slash SE or backslash. Let's see. Why doesn't it work? Let's see. So we have this, and then let me copy that and let me paste it here. So SE repo clone Linux sh. All right. So, oh, we have a permission denied. That's also good. Now that we have a permission denied, what we need to do, we need to make sure that our shell file does not get a permission denied. So what you would want to do is to say you have a shell file with a permission denied on Linux. So what do? We basically do, so it's a plus. So this is exactly what we needed to do. chmod plus X and then the name of the script. This is exactly that. I think I did a minus. So you see, I put a plus here instead. Boom, right? This is exactly that. And after that, I do dot forward slash, and then I press SE and I press forward slash. You see, everything comes up. Perfect. And then I press enter. You would see that. Let me go back to this. You see this one? So here, what that particular script will do, it will only pull the software engineering folders required for you to work, and then you will just need to put it now and then. So if I press enter, you would see this folder will come up. That's amazing. And only the software engineering folder plus the starter pack will come into that package. If it seems complicated, no worries. You do not even need to do that under Linux. What you can do as well, you can basically go to the course right here, and then you download the file if you need. That's all. It will be the easiest way. But because you'll be software engineers, we would like you to get used to pulling the file from GitHub once in a while to know exactly what's going on. This is just a way to work. So if you're doing software engineering and then you're using Linux, if you're doing software engineering and then you're basically operating under Linux, you see what needs to be done. Yes, it's true that I'll update the processes so that it reflects exactly what I have done, so that you don't actually have to go and Google everything, but it's a nice thing to Google a couple of things as well. So when you start here, you see you use that um, automated pull script. So once you're done with the automated pull script and you are sure that you have Git installed, then you can go on to the starter pack and install everything you require depending on your operating system and depending on what you need to do. On this is the very last video that I will do for you in terms of onboarding. Again, on behalf of my colleagues and HyperionDev, I wish you luck and we basically be welcoming your questions. Thank you very much and have a good one. Bye.